Today's broadcast is being brought to you by Crossroads Community Services Board. Is one of 39 Virginia community services boards. Crossroads offers community resources for mental health, developmental disability services, substance use disorder counseling, drug prevention programs, family therapists, and much more. Crossroads services the counties of Amelia, Buckingham, Charlotte, Cumberland, Lunenburg, Nottoway, and Prince Edward counties in Virginia. If you would like to reach out to the administrative services, you can reach them by mail at 60 Bush River Drive, Farmville, Virginia, 23901, or by phone at 434-392-3187. They're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Also, their national line is 866-307-0370. Any emergency services 24/7 is 800-548-1688. And if you need to reach out to the National Suicide Crisis Line, just dial pound 988. Legacy Financial Wellness with Rita Stewart. Let Rita help you safeguard your family's future while you focus on living your best life. Discover the peace of mind that comes with having the right financial plan in place. Rita Stewart is a dedicated and experienced financial professional ready to guide you on your financial journey. Her expertise lies in helping clients create a robust and enduring financial foundation to build on into the future. So you can reach out to Rita Stewart by phone at 804-677-7555, on Instagram at Money Matters and T, on the World Wide Web at LegacyFinancialWellness.com, on Facebook at Legacy Financial Wellness, or at her personal email at rita.stewart@5ringsfinancial.com. Legendary Culture Films, one of the hottest and upcoming movie production companies, would like to let you know about a couple movies that they have out currently, and one of them on the way. First, the movie Black Sheep, currently airing on Tubi, is about a young hustler trying to make the transition from the streets, becomes an outcast and the target, and it turns into war in the city. It is a great movie. If you want to catch it, it's on Tubi right now. Another great movie that's coming to Tubi soon, Legend Has It. It's about a young warlock seeking revenge on his mother's killers, an action-packed thriller that will have you out of your seats. Legend Has It is coming soon from Legendary Culture Films. And a new movie in development, Boys in the Woods. That should be a very interesting one coming from Legendary Culture Films. Bernard's Towing. If you find yourself in a jam and need help getting your vehicle out of a tough situation, Bernard's Towing is there to help you get your car where you need it to be. Remember, call us once and be hooked. You can contact Bernard's Towing at 804-380-2774 or at 804-495-5111. Big Jack's Cooking with Orlon Big Jack Jackson. They specialize in Southern comfort food. Orlon told us one time in a broadcast, if it's comfortable, they'll cook it. So if you're looking for amazing Southern comfort food, reach out to Big Jack's Cooking at 8830 Otterburn Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002, or by phone at 804-405-0330. You can also email Big Jack at bigjackscooking@gmail.com. Last but not least, Perfect Mix, the 100% natural, handcrafted, fruit blended premium lemonades. If you want the perfect lemonade, Perfect Mix is just right for you. Follow us on our Instagram and Facebook pages. Instagram at Perfect Mix, on Facebook at Perfect Mix. You can go and get your orders right now. Just reach out to us via our social media pages. Shipping and delivery are available. Hey, and you're probably wondering, where do I find the Legacy Maker Sports Network? Well, first of all, you can head over to our website at www.legacymakersports.com to check out all the latest in the sports world. Also, if you want to check us out on our social media pages, you can reach us on Facebook and in LinkedIn at Legacy Maker Sports Network. You can reach us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Legacy Maker Sports. And then you can reach us on Twitter, aka X, at Legacy Maker SPN. Make sure you give us a like, a share, and why don't you go ahead and subscribe to our channels. Once again, we thank you all for tuning in to the Legacy Maker Sports Network. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here, Atlantic 10 Women's Tournament, second round action. We got the number 7 seed, Dayton Flyers, taking on the George Washington Revolutionaries here from the Henrico Sports and Entertainment Center. I'm your man, Darrell, Owens, alongside Russ Taliaferro, and the action has started, and we've got a travel right off the bat, Russ.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good play, it looked like, but she got blocked, and then she traveled after she got it back. That's what it looks like from the call.
We got two teams coming in here trying to make it to that next step and make it to the quarterfinals tomorrow. We've had quite a few solid games going on today. Russ, tell us a little bit about the games that you had a chance to see today.
I mean, shoot, Loyola Chicago and St. Bonaventure is probably the best game so far of the weekend. It was only the second day, but that was a really good game. Loyola held them to that stopping at the last second, missed the last shot to possibly win the game. It looked like that was going into overtime for sure. And then Duquesne and St. Joe's. St. Joe's just had control of that game. Duquesne came out the same way they did yesterday. Unfortunately, just bad efficiency. They ended the game with like 20-plus turnovers. They just couldn't get back, and St. Joe's just stayed in cruise control.
Well, we got a good matchup here today. Dayton has come into this matchup 16-13 on the season. George Washington 15-16. You got two teams that could potentially make some noise in this tournament. George Washington beat Richmond on the season, and that was at home at George Washington. They have had some struggles with the new coach, but they are kind of turning it around. And last year we saw this team win some big games. Gabby Reynolds, who was a freshman last year for George Washington, is one of the star players on this George Washington team.
Yeah, for sure. The team's got good players around them. It's just whether they can keep everything together. The word of the day for me so far is efficiency for both games so far. So I wouldn't expect anything less from this team or from this game as well.
Well, we got George Washington with the basketball on the floor for George Washington. We got Reynolds, Lewis, Becker, James, and Sims on the floor for Dayton. You got Lear, Lung, Mado, Stevens, and Orodoran on the floor for Dayton.
Gabby Reynolds just missed her first shot of the day, and Dayton comes back with the layup.
And so Dayton gets on the board here for the second time. An early lead for the Flyers. They're up 4-0.
And if there's one thing I've learned from this tournament so far, no lead is secure unless you're St. Joe's.
To the basket there, George Washington gets on the board for the first time.
Gabby Reynolds gets the and one.
So Reynolds will head to the free throw line. Reynolds averaging 14 points per game on the season and shooting 81.5% from the free throw line.
Nobody's perfect, but that one was.
And she knocks it down. And if y'all don't know about these broadcasts, there's only one person that cares the most and will let you know if your free throw game is not on point, and that's our colleague Russ Taliaferro.
It's so far it's not too bad. I mean, after the last game, I'm worried about Duquesne's three-point shooting more than the free throws.
And the jump shot won't go. Rebound by George Washington. Now, Russ, I'm going to say this. George Washington is my sleeper team in this tournament alongside LaSalle. LaSalle beat Rhode Island, and they were able to knock off Rhode Island, yes, at home, but they were able to do it. And then George Washington beat Richmond. And so those are two of the heavy hitters in this conference, and they can show, Russ, that they can do big things in big moments.
I mean, a win over the conference champion is a win no matter whether it's home or away. I mean, of course, it feels better that you got it at home. As they miss a shot. But either way, that's a tough win against Rhode Island because we saw them play a couple days ago, and they were no joke against Richmond.
And Richmond got the win. And a big knockdown by James. And so James has given George Washington an early lead, 6-4.
Got to have more contributions from everyone but Reynolds.
Lear will kick it out to Mado. Now driving a little trouble. Back to Lear for three. That's going to be short. Sims had a piece of it. Rebounded by the Flyers. Good ball movement. Here's a three opportunity that will roll off the left side and a rebound by Lewis.
There we go.
Lewis George Washington, low-key, has a big three that you have to be careful of. When Lewis gets going, she's a problem. Kamari Sims, she can shoot the outside shot. And, of course, Gabby Reynolds. And they look inside to Lewis. Lewis under a little pressure, trying to drive here against the Flyers. And there's a lot of contact, and Lewis is going to head to the free throw line. And so Lewis on the season, shooting 78.1 from the free throw line. In the matchup that I saw her play against VCU, she had a performance in the second half that brought that George Washington team that was down by 16 points all the way back, but they just could not pull it off in the end. They end up losing that one by 2 points, 64-62.
Yeah, that's got to be a tough one there.
And Lewis misses the first. Right now, George Washington on a 6-0 run. And Dayton have missed their last 4 attempts, as Lewis will knock it down to give the Revolutionaries a 3-point lead. Trying to work something here. Ball movement, and that was going to stay here with the Flyers.
Becker got the deflection. Hands in the passing lane. Active hands.
Taken out of bounds here by the Flyers. Stevens will swing it over. The 3 opportunity knocked down by Modal.
I think she got that off right before the shot clock.
And ties this ball game up at 7. James in a little trouble there, trying to get it above the trees, finds Reynolds. Thought about the 3.
She was close to getting the backcourt violation there too because of the Dayton pressure.
And we're going to see, I don't know if that was Sims that got fouled on that one.
They are trying to feed her down low, but Dayton's not making it easy to get the ball down there.
No, not at all.
Which is smart. Like, you have a player like Kamari Sims that can get down and control the post. You don't want to get her started.
Yeah, I've seen Sims do some magical things in the last 2 years. We saw the performance she had in the tournament last year before their exit.
And I mean, Dayton has decent height, but height can only carry so far with a player like Sims, because she has her body positioning and the way she gets down low and sets it up is just, it's beautiful.
And we got another foul here. Still 7-7. We'll see Lewis head back to the free throw line. That's one thing I love about Lewis's game. She can find a way to get to that free throw line.
Honest God, I've seen that a lot today. St. Bonaventure, shout out to them. They had a player just like it. Jesus Christmas, I'm struggling to remember her name. If I remember correctly, her first name was Kelsey. She was a driver too. She got to the line a couple times today too as well in their game. And then St. Joe's and Duquesne, they had a little bit of a struggle too as well.
And so Lewis with a chance to extend the lead to 2. And she misses. And a nice rebound there by Fatma Ibrahim. And there's a charge. That's going to go back to G-Dub. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to take us to our first media timeout. George Washington up 8-7. But before we go to our media timeout, kind of give you a little update so far of what things have looked like. Our first games yesterday, we saw Duquesne beat VCU 60-52. What were your thoughts on that Duquesne-VCU game, Russ?
I mean, it's almost like a tale of 2 halves for Duquesne. They came out slow, and Coach Burke said it in the press conference after the game. They came out slow, shooting under 20% in that first half. But then when they got hot, Alexis Borders, that phenomenal freshman that they have from West Virginia, just came out hot in that second half. Her and Mackenzie Blackford just controlled that game for Duquesne yesterday in the second half.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a a combo that you kind of got to watch out for in the future. Duquesne just needs that point guard to take him to the next level. In the next matchup from yesterday, we saw the number 11 seed St. Louis Billikens, who have been a mainstay in this tournament, always causing noise in the years that we've covered it, take on Fordham and get a 68-60 win.
That was a tough one. I honestly thought like maybe with like 3 or 4 minutes that game was going to go into overtime, but then St. Louis just found a way to pull it off and stop Fordham in their tracks and just pull away from them.
Yeah, Fordham is a team, another team that's kind of developing, trying to figure their way out. And then, of course, we talked about earlier, Loyola Chicago getting a 61-59 victory over the Bonnies. Tough game, good battle. And then we saw the Hawks, a team that's going to be a team to reckon with, and in the St. Joe's Hawks getting a win over Duquesne, 66-45.
Now, LaSalle, that team, they have that Defensive Player of the Year with Jesus Christmas, I'm forgetting names right now.
It's early. It's game one. Game one.
I've been through 4 of them already, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. But LaSalle has a tough defense. St. Bonaventure had 2 really good players, one of them being Aaliyah Parker, a graduate student that I know they're going to miss next year, but she played her heart out. They should have nothing to be ashamed of in that game earlier today, because that was absolutely beautiful that they played. And then for St. Joe's, like I said, with them against Duquesne, they just had complete control. Unfortunately, Duquesne came out the same way they did yesterday, where they just they couldn't make a bucket. They were they weren't. They were 0 from 16 from 3 in the first half. They just could not make it, and then St. Joe's just stayed the course. They shot around 40 to 50% in the first half. They slowed down a little bit towards the end of the first half, but they kept it around the 35 to 43% range for their field goal percentage in the second half, and they forced Duquesne into turnovers. They finished the game with plus 20 turnovers, and you're not going to win a game when you turn the ball over that many times and you can't shoot the basket.
Well, and that's where we're going to see what happens. I mean, there's a lot that's going to happen in this tournament. We're going to see a lot of good things happen. And once again, we thank you all for tuning in to Legacy Maker Sports Network. It's been a little bit of a chaotic start for us, but we're getting warmed up. We're excited. We got 2 games this afternoon. After this one, we'll see LaSalle, the number 6 seed, take on the number 11 seed St. Louis Billikens. And so that should be a fun matchup coming up in just a little while. So we'll see Gabby Reynolds take it out for G-Dub and give it over to James. Now, James, another one of the great point guards in the Atlantic 10. They've got some really good point guards in the Atlantic 10. They just do a really good job of facilitating and taking care of the basketball. James is in one of those.
I mean, there's a history of that since we started covering them.
I think she heard me and so was trying to prove me out to be wrong on that one.
She got a little nervous because he was putting pressure on her balls.
Yeah, just a little bit. We'll let that one fly. That's just a little bit of the broadcaster jinx, ladies and gentlemen.
Unfortunately.
I apologize. That's on me. So now with the basketball, the Flyers trying to make some stuff happen. Leon will swing it over to Stevens. Stevens trying to take the pick for Ibrahim. There's a 3 opportunity off the glass. Is Jada Johnson giving Dayton the lead.
With a hand in her face, no less, and she still banged it.
Big time shot there by Johnson, the junior guard from Connecticut.
Apparently the bank is open after 5 in here in Henrico.
So now George Washington will swing it over to Kamari Sims to Lewis. Lewis trying to work a little magic, goes in the paint, work in the foot. Work couldn't get it to go, but Kamari Sims in for 2.
What did I tell you? She may be like an inch or 2 shorter than the Dayton center, but her positioning and where she puts her body and the way she moves her body under the basket is a beautiful thing to watch, because that was the easiest rebound in the life.
I've always felt that Sims is probably one of the most underrated players, and when she gets going, she gets going. There's a free throw.
Speaking of Sims.
Free throw style jump shot there by number 21, Nicole Stevens. She's going to have a chance to head to the free throw line here, I believe. Let's see what they...
Could you imagine Kamari Sims on a team like VCU or Richmond? Like her with Maggie Dugan is just insane.
It's a scary thought.
It really is. Because Richmond themselves plays pretty decent under the basket already. But then if you put Kamari Sims on a squad like that, it frees up Dugan and Ostrom outside. And Sweeney. The pick and rolls that they could run with Sweeney and Sims would be amazing.
So Stevens, who's an 84.9% free throw shooter, misses the first.
It's all right.
I think a little bit of nerves are going on right now as she misses both.
Yikes.
Becker with the rebound will give it over to Wilson, who will bring it up the floor for the Revolutionaries.
They ain't in Pittsburgh no more.
Pump fakes and throws it over to Lewis, who's at the top of the key. Now Wilson trying to work a little magic over to Reynolds on the wing. Being guarded by Steven, drives all the way. Gabby Reynolds can't get it to go. And a rebound by Leung.
$5 drive, 5-cent finish.
Leung being guarded by Wilson, trying to find something. Stevens at the top here for the Flyers. Couple of dribbles being stopped by Becker. We'll swing it over to Johnson, who's already opened up the bank here after 5 o'clock hours. There's a three opportunity. That one hits off the right side of the rim. And driving.
They're letting them play.
Leung just went flying.
The ball got knocked loose and she went the other way.
She went all over the place. A little over 2 minutes left here in this first quarter of action here from the Henrico Sports and Event Center in Henrico, Virginia. The building's only a couple of years old, but a lot of great action we've seen in this building, Russ.
I mean, the first year we saw it, it was Richmond winning the conference championship, and that was lovely.
And last year we saw George Mason, another Virginia team, get the win over St. Joe's, who we got a chance to see knock out Richmond last year in one of the most dramatic games that probably me and you have ever called.
I'm not sure if I'm still over that yet, boss. That was a tough one to watch. We're not supposed to have favorites, but if I had one, it'd be Coach Bird. But that's besides the point. But, of course, you want the home team to win. Ooh.
Nice job by Wilson, taking the contact all the way to the basket for George Washington, and they reclaim the lead 12-10. Stevens gets in a little trouble for the Flyers. Madal. Throw it in the corner. Back to Stevens now. Stevens over to Johnson. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Johnson trying to make something happen. We'll kick it out to Stevens. 4 seconds. Back to Johnson for three. That one hits off the back of the rim. And then Becker and Malia Johnson battling for the basketball. It goes out of bounds. And it will.
It looks like it's staying with Dayton.
It's going to stay with the Flyers. So a very interesting start so far.
Now, the one thing I would love to see, and I've seen a good bit of it so far, from someone who's such an offensive power, like Gabby Reynolds.
Oh, great job there by Johnson, forcing her way to the basket on that one, Russ, for 2 points.
That was beautiful. She got in there and she did a little up and under there with the ball. But as I was saying, like someone like Gabby Reynolds, someone who's such a powerful force on offense, and I hate to, well, no, I don't hate to bring his name up in this mention, but I hate to see an effort like James Harden on defense. I would love to see more of an effort. And Reynolds, to her part so far, is doing a pretty good job on defense, too.
And she knocks down the basket to make it a 12-12 game. You know, tough season so far from the line for Johnson, only shooting 53%, but knocked both of them down. So it's a funny start to see your best free throw shooters not be able to make the shots, and then one of your more or less desirable free throw shooters knock down both.
Word, worse.
Yes, yeah. I was trying to be kind.
I mean, sometimes you got to call a spade, boss.
And we got a traveling violation.
But at the end of the day, if you hit them when it matters, that's all they're going to remember.
That's true. The big ones there for Johnson.
I must give a shout out to the DJ though. DJ's been on point today.
You know. I don't know if it's the same DJ from last year. I thought the DJ last year had some good moments.
Like I'm always a fan of Mobb Deep. I'm not gonna lie. We know the words. Real ones know the lyrics.
Can't say I'm on the broadcast, but y'all know how I go.
There we go. See, look at that. I was just talking about it. Gabby Reynolds on defense. Almost got a steal there.
I still say that I said it last year. I feel like Gabby Reynolds She's only a sophomore. And when she gets – these next 2 years are going to be very interesting. Just George Washington's team has a lot of talent on there, a lot of young talent. I'm intrigued to see where it goes. Lee Young trying to drive to the basket, full speed, a lot of contact there. That foul's going to get called on Wilson. Now, will it be on the floor or will they send her to the free throw line?
It's like she has one more year with Kamari Sims and another year to develop. George Washington should be something to worry about next year, if not this weekend. But speaking of the future, like next year, like another year under Gabby Reynolds' belt with a senior Kamari Sims, and who knows if she's going to stay after that, possibly another second year as a graduate Kamari Sims. But Gabby Reynolds is developing into just a really good player and like one of the better ones we've seen at George Washington since our time covering. Yeah,
I mean, one of my favorite players was Mei-Ling Batista. The first year myself and Rob Johnson had to cover it at the Richmond Coliseum. God rest the Richmond Coliseum soul. You know what I'm saying? So back in that day, she helped wield this George Washington team to the first ever Atlantic 10 championship that we got a chance to see live. And so we'll see if George Washington can find something here in this tournament.
I mean, we've been to them all so far.
Gabby Reynolds knocks it down and gives George Washington a 14-13 lead.
I think the next year after that, we were in Pittsburgh at Dayton, home place, for the A-10 tournament. That was fun.
Yep, and we had a chance to see VCU win it at home.
Yep. VCU win at home, Richmond win at home. Can't complain.
Can't complain.
Can't complain.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to send us to the end of the first quarter with the score. The number 10 seed, George Washington Revolutionaries, holding a 14-13 lead over Dayton. We'll be back here in just a second on the Legacy Maker Sports Network. Legendary Culture Films has a brand new movie out, Boys in the Woods. When the walls seem like they are closing in and it keeps getting worse, a father is on the run from a local police while dealing with a territorial beef with a rival gang. And against all the odds, his children were kidnapped and held for ransom in the streets of Amelia and Richmond, Virginia. Boys in the Woods, coming to Tubi soon. Be on the lookout from the latest great project from Legendary Culture Films. Bernard's Towing. If you find yourself in a jam and need help getting your vehicle out of a tough situation, Bernard's Towing is there to help you get your car where you need it to be. Remember, call us once and be hooked. You can contact Bernard's Towing at 804-380-2774 or at 804-495-51. Perfect Mix, the 100% natural, handcrafted, fruit-blended premium lemonades. If you want the perfect lemonade, Perfect Mix is just right for you. Follow us on our Instagram and Facebook pages. Instagram at Perfect Mix, on Facebook at Perfect Mix. You can go and get your orders right now. Just reach out to us via our social media pages. Shipping and delivery are available. And you're probably wondering, where do I find the Legacy Maker Sports Network? Well, first of all, you can head over to our website at www.legacymakersports.com to check out all the latest in the sports world. Also, if you want to check us out on our social media pages, you can reach us on Facebook and in LinkedIn at Legacy Maker Sports Network. You can reach us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Legacy Maker Sports. And then you can reach us on Twitter, aka X, at Legacy Maker SPN. Make sure you give us a like, a share, and why don't you go ahead and subscribe to our channels. Once again, we thank you all for tuning in to the Legacy Maker Sports Network. Big Jack's Cooking with Orlon Big Jack Jackson. They specialize in Southern comfort food. Orlon told us one time in a broadcast, if it's comfortable, they'll cook it. So if you're looking for amazing Southern comfort food, reach out to Big Jack's Cooking at 8830 Otterburn Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002. or by phone at 804-405-0330. You can also email Big Jack at bigjackscooking@gmail.com. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back as the second quarter of action is about to go down here from the Henrico Sports and Entertainment Center here in Henrico, Virginia. Once again, everybody, Darrell Owens alongside of Russ Taliaferro bringing you the action. George Washington up early in this one, 14-13.
I mean, we got to give a shout out to the Henrico Center again for letting us come back and do this every year. This place is just as beautiful as it was the first time I saw it.
Now Reynolds trying to work against Leong. Great defense there by Leong, and now she's going to take it and try to push it for the Flyers.
That's going to be an interesting matchup to watch, whoever they put against Gabby Reynolds.
Steven to Leong. Becker
did a job there.
And Becker was right there to get the stop.
G-Dub looking like a man defense so far.
And driving, and a nice job there by Johnson. What a nice start here for Malia Johnson.
I mean, I can't complain. She's doing what she needs to do to get the bucket. She's made her only free throw so far.
Reynolds a little bit in trouble. The Flyers pressing all the way to the basket. There is Madal, and she's going to get fouled. That might be on Reynolds.
Yeah, that's definitely on her. She got a little careless with the pass there. I don't know, she just didn't think that the defender in front of her couldn't just swat it out the way, but apparently she could. And Reynolds then just fouled it under the basket, so prevent an easy bucket.
And so Madal will head to the free throw line. Jock Madal, one of the starters for this Dayton basketball team, knocks down the first.
That's the G-Dub band behind us, if you can't tell.
Madal, who's from Canada, will knock them both down.
Hey.
And now Dayton has a 17-14 lead.
I think one thing I'm going to have to think about is which band is the most disruptive during the free throws now. The G-Dub band behind us right now is putting up a good fight.
They're doing a good job so far.
They really are.
17-14.
Ooh, good drive for the kick out.
Sims will hand it over to Lewis. Pull-up jumper, knocks it down. You better watch out for her. Sarah Lewis.
That's Miss Sarah Lewis to you, sir.
And we've got a 1-point game. O'Riordan.
Oh, good hands.
O'Riordan
Who's
couldn't
that,
get it
James?
again. Yep, James knocks it away.
I'm about to say, good hands.
The feisty point guard making things happen.
Down low below the basket, too.
Lewis at the top of the key. Drove towards the basket in the paint, trying to make something happen. Takes a lot of contact there, but great defense.
Ooh, she was down there beneath the trees between Johnson and O'Riordan.
O'Riordan did a really good job.
I don't know if Lewis was looking for an outside cutter or some other help of some sort, but she could not get that shot up under the trees there because Johnson and O'Riordan were all over her, hands up, making it extremely difficult to see the basket.
Yeah, now Ibrahim will make her way back into the game along with Wilson, Jada Wilson. So Wilson coming in for George Washington. And we'll see Ibrahim come in for Dayton. Stevens has control of the basketball. Holding on to a 1-point lead. Trying to drive against Wilson. There's some contact. One floats up. And a great job by Ibrahim. Comes in and pays off right away for the Flyers.
Sometimes that's all you need to do is just clean up under the basket.
19-16. Lewis trying to figure something out. We'll give it over to Kamari Sims. Sims only has 2 points so far. My question is, when does she start to break out? Because I can feel it as Lewis off the glass. What a start here for Sarah Lewis.
She might have to wait because Lewis is getting her game going right now.
Lewis, you can tell, Russ, that George Washington is trying to get Lewis going, which she's doing a really good job of, and it looks like they're going to try to run this thing through her.
I mean, she herself is trying to be as physical as possible. Ooh, as that ball went all the way to, Hanover County right there.
And for those who are wondering, Hanover is just a little bit over, but it's still a far ways away.
It's still not where we are.
No, not at all. 19-18.
But yeah, as we were saying, like Sims just seemed to put herself in the position of just, I'm getting to the bucket, and if I have to shoot free throws, then I'll be down. Dang.
So 19-18. Lewis will give it over to James. James to Becker. Becker thought about it. We'll swing it over to Lewis. Coach Dunton got to be happy what she's seeing, but probably didn't like that.
Lost handles there.
Now Johnson smartly decides to back up. Leung for three. Off the front of the rim. Straight to us, maybe. Oh, James hits the table right in front of us, and hopefully she's okay. She hit her back, but she's up and running, Russ.
We're going to see it on TV. Us looking really worried about her. Yikes.
Got to give her credit. She took a second. She thought about what she's doing. She jumped right back up, got down the floor, and I know she's got to be in pain. I'm pretty sure maybe.
Small of her back hit the table right there real quick.
I don't know if Coach Dunton's doing the right thing here. Going to go check on James, make sure she's straight.
Yeah, man. That's a special little Swiss Army knife right there. You don't want to lose her for the game.
So Peyton Dullen is now in the game for G-Dub. And now heading to the line is Olivia Leung.
Leung is impressing me so far because she's put a pretty good fight up against Reynolds and James defending her. I like her.
She really has. I mean, look, this Dayton team, 9 wins in the conference this year. They split 9-9 in the conference.
She's a pretty solid shooter. She shoots normally like 39% from the field. She shoots over 70% from the line, and she just made 2 right there.
And Dayton bringing the pressure. Little trouble here for George Washington. See if they can break the press. Sims over to Peary. Peary back to Wilson. Now Wilson, Sims, Peary, Dullen, and Becker on the floor for George Washington. For Dayton, you have Stevens, Leon, Johnson, Ibrahim, who gets a block there as Kamari Sims tried to drive to the basket. And she wasn't having any of it as Ibrahim gets the block.
They're giving Sarah Lewis a bit of a break, and she deserves it because she's been the workhorse so far at this team for George Washington's offense.
I love the impact so far that Ibrahim has done for this Flyer basketball team. And the shot clock violation.
Zero awareness right there.
Yeah, and you got to be aware. And sometimes that shot clock can get out of your mind because you're so busy thinking about everything else. But you have to be careful.
That's one of those times where if I was coach, I would be mad because like they were just getting the ball to Sims down in the post, not even like looking at the shot. And you have to be aware of that, especially when you're inbounding the ball with that little bit of time left.
And G-Dub's got to be a little careful here. They've had 3 turnovers here in the last 2 minutes.
Exactly.
There's a drive off the glass, can't get it to go, and guess who's there? Ibrahim.
Guess who was only there? Ibrahim. There were 3 GW defenders on the driver and like no one under the basket. That should have been a rebound for her. And now they're giving her 2 shots from the line, which, I mean, may not be too big of a threat when she's shooting only 63%, but you don't want to give her free buckets either way.
So Ibrahim has had a pretty solid start to the day, and she misses the first. Oh, man, the Price is Right. Wasn't ready. Good job, G-Dub.
This band is – I was debating before the game whether it was G-Dub or G Mason, the band that was really impressing me like 2 years ago, and I think it might be G-Dub right now. I can't remember.
It's early. We'll see Mason's band tomorrow, and the Legacy Mega Sports Network will bring you all 4 games tomorrow of the quarterfinals. We'll see the top seeds in this conference go tomorrow. Richmond has a 7:30 game. George Mason will be in the 5 o'clock game. You got Rhode Island starting the day off at 1 o'clock. At 11, and then at 1:30 we will see the number 4 seed, Davidson Wildcats. So we'll see the top 4 seeds tomorrow. But right now, who where those seeds play. And that one is knocked away.
The refs were letting them play there. There was a lot of contact on that play.
Lots of contact on that play. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to send us to our media timeout with the score: the Dayton Flyers 22 and the George Washington Revolutionaries 18. I'm Darrell Owens alongside Russ Taliaferro. We'll be back here in just a little bit on the Legacy Makers Sports Network. Legacy Financial Wellness with Rita Stewart. Let Rita help you safeguard your family's future while you focus on living your best life. Discover the peace of mind that comes with having the right financial plan in place. Rita Stewart is a dedicated and experienced financial professional ready to guide you on your financial journey. Her expertise lies in helping clients create a robust and enduring financial foundation to build on into the future. So you can reach out to Rita Stewart by phone at 804-677-7555, on Instagram at Money Matters and T, on the World Wide Web at legacyfinancialwellness.com, on Facebook at Legacy Financial Wellness, or at her personal email at rita.stewart@5ringsfinancial.com. Legendary Culture Films and Born Legend Entertainment would like to let you know about a few projects they have going on at the current time. Legendary Culture Films currently has 2 movies out on Tubi. The first one, Black Sheep. It's about a young hustler trying to make a transition from the streets, becomes an outcast and the target, and it turns into war in the city. Black Sheep, currently out on Tubi right now. Also, the movie Legend Has It. It's about a young warlock who seeks revenge on his mother's killers, an action-packed thriller that will have you out of your seats. Legend Has It, currently on Tubi right now, so make sure you go check him out. And from Born Legend Entertainment, the man chosen himself with his brand new hit single, Throw That, which is currently out on all major platforms and on heavy rotation on 106.5 The Beat in Richmond, Virginia. So make sure you check out all the great content coming from Legendary Culture Films and Born Legend Entertainment. Big Jack's Cooking with Orlon Big Jack Jackson. They specialize in Southern comfort food. Orlon told us one time in a broadcast, if it's comfortable, they'll cook it. So if you're looking for amazing Southern comfort food, reach out to Big Jack's Cooking at 8830 Otterburn Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002, or by phone at 804-405-0330. You can also email Big Jack at bigjackscooking@gmail.com. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back as the halftime of the second quarter is over. And George Washington has the basketball. Wilson in control. Working. Looks into Sims, little spin move, and finds a cutting Dullen, who comes in and gets 2 points. 2-point game.
That seems to be the way they're going to use Sims at the top of the post, and like either look for slashers or have her just drive her way back into the basket. And I mean, it worked beautifully that time.
Leon knocks down the jumper just a little bit up to the left of the elbow. 4-point game.
She might be like my top 5 favorite players so far I've seen in these first 2 days.
So Wilson trying to make something happen. A couple of dribbles. Will give it off to Reynolds. Reynolds now driving towards the basket, full speed. There's some contact there, and that's going to be a foul on Shantavia Dawkins.
A little bit of contact. She got hit on the wrist there, so not surprised at the call at all for a foul.
We'll see what happens here as Reynolds will now head to the free throw line. Reynolds with 5 points on the day, 2 for 5 from the field, has knocked down the single free throw she's taken today with 2 rebounds. And she misses. Reynolds had a really solid season for George Washington as she knocks down the second and pushes it to a 3-point game, 24-21. There's the give.
I'd say she had a pretty efficient season, shooting over 40% from the field.
Can't go wrong there.
No, you cannot.
Johnson decides to pull the three. That one hits off the back of the rim. Madal tried to get a rebound. Stevens with the reverse. Off the glass for two.
Smooth as butter.
26-21. Now Wilson trying to get some love there from Coach Dunton. There's a three by Wilson. It thought about going in, changed his mind at the last second.
The beautiful thing about Dayton's offense is that everybody has a role in it. Out of the, 9 players that have seen the floor so far today, only 2 of them haven't scored so far.
Which is impressive. Which is absolutely impressive.
It really is when you think that they're shooting over 40% already. That's crazy.
26-21, a 5-point lead for Dayton. Over to Sims. What a pass by Sims. It looked like a good thought. Dullen was driving to the basket, but the Flyers able to knock it away.
She wanted that pass down low real bad. It was a beautiful idea.
Stevens will back Dullen in towards the post, and they almost lost control of it. Good defense by Dullen, just becoming a problem. Peary collapses there with Sims to kind of stop Lee Young from doing something. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Stevens trying to find something out, and there's a foul on the floor. She tried to go around the corner there, but Dullen's going to get called for the foul.
I'd look out for the height of Dayton right now. Unless they're about to make a sub, they have a lot. They have 3 pretty tall players that can take down low. And then G-Dub makes a substitute to looks like they counted that. But they took out Kamari Sims.
So Stevens will now head to the free throw line. And she knocks down the first. 6-point lead.
She's an 81% shooter from the charity stripe this season, so I'd expect 2.
And she knocks it down. Now, I will say this. If you're George Washington, you got to be careful here because you've been in this contest. It's been a tight one, and now slowly Dayton is pulled away. Peary drives inside it. It just rolled around the outside of Russ and would not fall.
I mean, it's things like that are happening just going against George Washington's their luck per se. It's just balls rolling out, a couple of careless turnovers, but then also allowing offensive rebounds for Dayton. You cannot do that. You got to stay in this game.
They're trying to get it inside to Ibrahim, and guess what? Ibrahim finds a way. 2 points, and we've got a timeout on the floor, and Dayton has extended this lead to a 9-point lead, 30-21, their largest lead of the day. And I'm going to tell you right now, Russ, when you're seeing Dayton kind of pushing away, what is your biggest concern right now for George Washington?
Whether they will mentally get out of this game. That is what worries me the most, because Dayton is the second best shooting team in the conference. So they're not going to miss many shots. Whether you are going to mentally stay in this game or not, it's completely on them and the coaching staff keeping them in the right mindset to make sure they keep going for the shots. Because like I said, they're missing some shots just by the pure luck not going their way. Whether it's rattling off that back rim a little bit, whether it's just a little bit off timing with the pass like we saw with Sims a couple seconds ago. Stuff like that is going to get into your head. How quickly it gets out of your head and you continue to play your game is up to them and their coaching staff.
100%. And now you got a chance here with just about a minute and 48 seconds left here in this first half to try to make some leeway here. See if they can make something happen. Make it a little bit closer before the half. Dullen will give it over to James. He swings it over to Gonzalez. James over to Reynolds on the wing, being guarded by Stevens. Reynolds trying to make something, a crossover move, and there's a foul. And that one's going to be on Stevens.
They also have to get Gabby Reynolds. They have to get her going too as well. I don't know if I didn't say that, but like that's an obvious thing to say. She hasn't made a bucket since the end of the first quarter.
And I think one other glaring thing that's happening for George Washington right now, they had to sit Sarah Lewis down because she's got 2 fouls. And Gabby Reynolds knocks down the baseline jumper. And that's going to send her to the free throw line after the contact.
That's going to throw you off. Like, it's nice when your superstar doesn't have to be the one to carry the load. But when your superstar can't even contribute sometimes or has a slow start like that, it's a little worrisome, especially when you have to, sit the one that was getting you started because of early foul trouble.
Exactly. And the way Lewis had played, they were running the offense through Lewis, she was just kind of making things happen. And
she got to the line 4 times for 4 shots already. She was getting down low, making her shot possible, and she was putting Dayton in a little bit of trouble too, spreading around a couple fouls. They already have 2 players with 2 fouls and another 3 players with 1. Some of that's going to be on Lewis's fault because of how physical she's been playing.
So now we'll see if Reynolds can knock it down, and she does. It's a 6-point game, 30-24.
Reynolds converts the and 1. She needed that too.
Jada Johnson is back on the floor.
Oh, good steal by Reynolds. Good steal.
Now Reynolds with a chance to make it a little closer. We'll swing it to James for 3. Knocks it down.
That's what you need.
And what a big job. Big shot by Maya James as she knocks it down. It's a 3-point game.
Gabby Reynolds got the steal to start that, and then she found James on the outside after clearing some space with a drive to keep the defenders away from James. Something's going on with this GW team right now after the last timeout. They are way more physical, too.
Well, reordering, trying to get something along the baseline. She's kind of forced out of bounds.
There we go.
And look at the George Washington stop sign.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, they are, like I said, they are, like that last timeout for them a couple minutes ago changed something in them. They came out to the end of this first half like, we're going to be physical. We get fouls, but we're not going to let you do what you want.
That was a good timeout for Coach Adedunton. And, she's got to be happy. Like, Coach Adedunton had to take over this team. They had a little bit of a tough go going into the tournament last year because they lost their coach heading into the Atlantic 10 tournament last year. And so now Adedunton has taken over. You can see some leeway has been made, 15-16 on the season in the first year. But there's definitely been progress. And then on the other side, Coach Tamika Williams-Jetta, who has been absolutely amazing in her time frame in Dayton and trying to build this program. And each year, this team gets better and better.
I mean, we know what to expect from Dayton's coaching. They're going to be efficient. They're going to play fast. They're going to play hard. We weren't sure about that from GW just because of the first year in the new coach, but I like what I see.
Oh, and they're going to call the foul with 1.2 seconds on the clock. And Russ, I'm pretty sure you would agree with me on this. Just bad ball handling right there at the end for George Washington.
It's coming. That first quarter self for them is coming back out. They were ending the first half really well, playing not like a controlled physicality where they weren't being sloppy with the ball. But that first quarter, like we said, they were just sloppy turnovers here, turnovers there. They have 8 turnovers so far right now.
Both teams shooting 42% from the field, 10 for 24 for both teams as Lee Young knocks down the free throw.
Yeah, I mean, Dayton is 9 for 12 now from the stripe. 12 times in the first half they got into the stripe.
She can't get that one to go. And Dullen will take it from Gonzalez, but that, ladies and gentlemen, will send us to the half with the score, Dayton 31, George Washington 27. So before we head to the half, just to give you a little update on where things stand, Reynolds leading the way for George Washington. She's got 9. James and Lewis both with 6. Sims, Wilson, and Dullen with 2 points apiece for George Washington. Leading the way for Dayton, Johnson has 5. Leung has 5. Johnson, the other Johnson, Jada Johnson, has 3. Modal has 5. 2 by Lear, 5 by Ibrahim. Stevens has 4. And then and I always try not to destroy his name, but O'Riordan.
O'Riordan. I'm not sure.
O'Riordan. Yeah, I'm going to destroy that a couple times here as we get used to saying the name throughout these broadcasts.
Got to flip the page a little bit. Hopefully, they got a pronunciation guide in that Dayton packet.
There you go. And so she has 5 points on the day. Now, Russ, both teams kind of even. Yes, Dayton has the lead by 4 points, but we've seen George Washington hang in here, contain. And the only real difference seems to be the free throws.
I mean, that's free points right there from the line. And then we had the careless turnovers from George Washington. Just a little bit of sloppy, and then they had to sit Lewis, who was starting out hot, and just they had a little bit to worry about. You can't deny that. They had a little bit to worry about that. But they got into a little bit of a groove there at the end of the first half. But you can't miss the free throws, and they haven't missed a lot. But they've missed more than what they made. So it's nothing that they would probably want to be happy about, especially.
Well, both teams fighting for the right to take on the number 2 seed, George Mason Patriots, who have a share of the regular season title for the first time ever, getting a conference regular season championship. So they're trying to build on that tournament championship from last year. We'll see what they do tomorrow as they take on the winner of this one. I'm Darrell Owens. Russ Taliaferro will be back in about 13 minutes and 55 seconds to bring you the second half of action. Today's broadcast is being brought to you by Crossroads Community Services Board. Is one of 39 Virginia community services boards. Crossroads offers community resources for mental health, developmental disability services, substance use disorder counseling, drug prevention programs, family therapists, and much more. Crossroads services the counties of Amelia, Buckingham, Charlotte, Cumberland, Lunenburg, Nottoway, and Prince Edward counties in Virginia. If you would like to reach out to the administrative services, you can reach them by mail at 60 Bush River Drive, Farmville, Virginia, 23901, or by phone at 434-392-3187. They're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Also, their national line is 866-307-0370. Any emergency services 24/7 is 800-548-1688. And if you need to reach out to the National Suicide Crisis Line, just dial pound 988. Legacy Financial Wellness with Rita Stewart. Let Rita help you safeguard your family's future while you focus on living your best life. Discover the peace of mind that comes with having the right financial plan in place. Rita Stewart is a dedicated and experienced financial professional ready to guide you on your financial journey. Her expertise lies in helping clients create a robust and enduring financial foundation to build on into the future. So you can reach out to Rita Stewart by phone at 804-677-7555, on Instagram at Money Matters NT, on the World Wide Web at LegacyFinancialWellness.com, on Facebook at Legacy Financial Wellness, or at her personal email at rita.stewart@5ringsfinancial.com. Legendary Culture Films, one of the hottest and upcoming movie production companies, would like to let you know about a couple movies that they have out currently, and one of them on the way. First, the movie Black Sheep, currently airing on Tubi, is about a young hustler trying to make the transition from the streets, becomes an outcast and the target, and it turns into war in the city. It is a great movie. If you want to catch it, it's on Tubi right now. Another great movie that's coming to Tubi soon, Legend Has It. It's about a young warlock seeking revenge on his mother's killers, an action-packed thriller that will have you out of your seats. Legend Has It is coming soon from Legendary Culture Films. And a new movie in development, Boys in the Woods. That should be a very interesting one coming from Legendary Culture Films. Bernard's Towing. If you find yourself in a jam and need help getting your vehicle out of a tough situation, Bernard's Towing is there to help you get your car where you need it to be. Remember, call us once and be hooked. You can contact Bernard's Towing at 804-380-2774 or at 804-495-5111. Big Jack's Cooking with Orlon Big Jack Jackson. They specialize in Southern comfort food. Orlon told us one time in a broadcast, if it's comfortable, they'll cook it. So if you're looking for amazing Southern comfort food, reach out to Big Jack's Cooking at 8830 Otterburn Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002, or by phone at 804-405-0330. You can also email Big Jack at bigjackscooking@gmail.com. Last but not least, Perfect Mix, the 100% natural, handcrafted, fruit blended premium lemonades. If you want the perfect lemonade, Perfect Mix is just right for you. Follow us on our Instagram and Facebook pages. Instagram at Perfect Mix, on Facebook at Perfect Mix. You can go and get your orders right now. Just reach out to us via our social media pages. Shipping and delivery are available. Hey, and you're probably wondering, where do I find the Legacy Maker Sports Network? Well, first of all, you can head over to our website at www.legacymakersports.com to check out all the latest in the sports world. Also, if you want to check us out on our social media pages, you can reach us on Facebook and in LinkedIn at Legacy Maker Sports Network. You can reach us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Legacy Maker Sports. And then you can reach us on Twitter, aka X, at Legacy Maker SPN. Make sure you give us a like, a share, and why don't you go ahead and subscribe to our channels. Once again, we thank you all for tuning in to the Legacy Maker Sports Network. Legacy Financial Wellness with Rita Stewart. Let Rita help you safeguard your family's future while you focus on living your best life. Discover the peace of mind that comes with having the right financial plan in place. Rita Stewart is a dedicated and experienced financial professional ready to guide you on your financial journey. Her expertise lies in helping clients create a robust and enduring financial foundation to build on into the future. So you can reach out to Rita Stewart by phone at 804-677-7555, on Instagram at Money Matters and T, on the World Wide Web at LegacyFinancialWellness.com, on Facebook at Legacy Financial Wellness, or at her personal email at rita.stewart@5ringsfinancial.com. Perfect Mix, the 100% natural, handcrafted, fruit blended premium lemonades. If you want the perfect lemonade, Perfect Mix is just right for you. Follow us on our Instagram and Facebook pages. Instagram at Perfect Mix, on Facebook at Perfect Mix. You can go and get your orders right now. Just reach out to us via our social media pages. Shipping and delivery are available. Big Jack's Cooking with Orlon Big Jack Jackson. They specialize in Southern comfort food. Orlon told us one time in a broadcast, if it's comfortable, they'll cook it. So if you're looking for amazing Southern comfort food, reach out to Big Jack's Cooking at 8830 Otterburn Road, Amelia, Virginia 23002, or by phone at 804-405-0330. You can also email Big Jack at bigjackscooking@gmail.com. Bernard's Towing. If you find yourself in a jam and need help getting your vehicle out of a tough situation, Bernard's Towing is there to help you get your car where you need it to be. Remember, call us once and be hooked. You can contact Bernard's Towing at 804-380-2774 or at 804-495-51. Legendary Culture Films has a brand new movie out, Boys in the Woods. When the walls seem like they are closing in and it keeps getting worse, a father is on the run from a local police while dealing with a territorial beef with a rival gang. And against all the odds, his children were kidnapped and held for ransom in the streets of Amelia and Richmond, Virginia. Boys in the Woods, coming to Tubi soon. Be on the lookout from the latest great project from Legendary Culture Films. Legendary Culture Films and Born Legend Entertainment would like to let you know about a few projects they have going on at the current time. Legendary Culture Films currently has 2 movies out on Tubi. The first one, Black Sheep. It's about a young hustler trying to make a transition from the streets, becomes an outcast and the target, and it turns into war in the city. Black Sheep currently out on Tubi right now. Also, the movie Legend Has It. It's about a young warlock who seeks revenge on his mother's killers, an action-packed thriller that will have you out of your seats. Legend Has It, currently on Tubi right now, so make sure you go check him out. And from Born Legend Entertainment, the man chosen himself with his brand new hit single, Throw That, which is currently out on all major platforms and on heavy rotation on 106.5 The Beat in Richmond, Virginia. So make sure you check out all the great content coming from Legendary Culture Films and Born Legend Entertainment. Crossroads Community Services Board is one of 39 Virginia community services boards. Crossroads offers community resources for mental health, developmental disability services, substance use disorder counseling, drug prevention programs, family therapists, and much more. Crossroads services the counties of Amelia, Buckingham, Charlotte, Cumberland, Lunenburg, Nottoway, and Prince Edward counties in Virginia. If you would like to reach out to the administrative services, you can reach them by mail at 60 Bush River Drive, Farmville, Virginia 23901, or by phone at 434-392-3187. They're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Also, their national line is 866-307-0370. Any emergency services 24/7 is 800-548-1688. And if you need to reach out to the National Suicide Crisis Line, just dial pound 988. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the second half of action is about to go down here from the Henrico Sports and Event Center. I'm your man, Darrell Owens. And once again, we are glad to have you all here with us for another broadcast. But we'll be back in just a second. Well, look, y'all, it's been a good game so far, Russ. We've seen a lot of good action. If you look at the stats, they're kind of close. Maybe bench points a little bit, of course, in Dayton's favor. They got the rebound in total.
Not a little bit.
But the one thing that's been the most crucial part, and it's your favorite thing in the world, free throws. The only difference in this game are the 4 more free throws that the Dayton Flyers have made.
That's it. That's really, and the 3 that G-Dub has missed. If they had those 3, it would be a 1-point game right now, of course, with simple math. But at the same time, who knows if they get to the bucket or if they even have those opportunities, depending on how they're playing in the first place. But like you said, those bench points right now are pretty freaking important right now.
Well, I'm intrigued to see how things work here. Lewis is back in the game for George Washington, and we know how much of a catalyst she was for the Revolutionaries in the first half.
I mean, I'll be honest, for Dayton, the players that impressed me the most so far is either Olivia Leung or Malia Johnson. They both had 5 points in that first half. Leung had 5 rebounds. Johnson had 3 blocks.
Madal's 3 attempt, no good. Rebound by Becker, and here comes Lewis. And over to James. James has it at the top of the key. James over to Sims. Still waiting to see if Kamari Sims gets going. Great pass to Reynolds on the give and go. Great job there. Great vision by Kamari Sims.
Sims has been more of a facilitator type in this game so far. They're setting over at the top of the post, and then they're running screens around her to either free up Reynolds or Lewis.
O'Riordan will kick it out.
Now that we know how to say her name.
And correctly. Shout out to Ross, the SID for Dayton, for giving us some love on that. O'Riordan inside with a tough opportunity. And that foul is going to be on either Sims or Lewis. And if you're GW, you do not want it to be Lewis.
I mean, to be honest, they both have at least 1 foul. But you'd rather it be on Sims because she only has 1 foul. So
it is going to go against Sims. That's her second. As Molly O'Riordan will head to the free throw line. I feel so much confident now. O'Riordan will head to the free throw line. And she will miss the first. And there's the George Washington band with the cue with a little bit of Price is Right.
I don't go against the refs that much, but I mean, I didn't see too much. Like, it must have been like regular, like lower body contact, just body out of position, because everyone's hands were straight up in the air, like a hand check at a school party.
O'Riordan knocks down the second free throw to make this a 3-point game, 32-29. James will give it over to Sims, being guarded by Madal. Over to Reynolds.
Sims at the top of the key again.
Nicely done. Give and go to Lewis. Nice. Lewis had the position, but great job by Sims. And the Reynolds 3 won't go. It looked like it was going to go down.
I think Lewis didn't see Reynolds in time. She was open a little bit earlier. If she saw a second earlier, she could have had a little bit more room to make that shot.
And so Reynolds will take it out of bounds.
I don't blame Lewis for continuing that play, because that's been her bread and butter so far.
And Lewis will take it on the inbound. Going up against O'Riordan. And off the glass, and Sarah Lewis is back, ladies and gentlemen.
Physicality is in this team right now with her on the floor.
And I had a chance to talk to the G-Dub SID, and he told me, he said, look, when we went to Dayton, we had to battle with this team, and this game is shaping up the same way that game did, and they were able to get the win late in that contest. So can they make it happen again here as O'Riordan knocks it in for 2, 34-31.
Sims with O'Riordan with the turnaround fadeaway, but Sims had a hand right in her face the whole time. That was beautiful defense, just a better shot.
Lewis, you can't leave her that wide open. No, Sarah Lewis.
No, you can't. Ladies and gentlemen, she's playing that NBA Jam on Super Nintendo. She's on fire.
Lear will have it, who's back in the game. Lear, we missed her pretty much the majority of the game. She disappeared in the second, due, I'm assuming, to foul trouble.
She had 2.
Yep.
I don't know if she just sat the rest of the half, but I do not remember the last time I saw her on the floor.
Reynolds for the lead. May have been some contact, but Kamari Sims has a chance at it. Guess who's there? Lewis with the reverse, lost control of it, and O'Riordan will get the rebound.
I'll be honest, I don't love that shot selection by Gabby. That's just me being picky. I do love the attempt by Lewis and Sims down low to try and put it back.
O'Riordan will give it over to Leon. Leon driving. And Becker doing a great job, hands in the air on that one.
I'm saying, at a middle school party.
They call it everything.
A hand check.
He's like, wait a minute now. Come on.
What you doing over there, kids?
Nothing, sir. We'll be
hand check. But now that was beautiful defense. She stayed in motion, kept her hands up. And
Lear's
missed the scoop.
Drive to the basket just doesn't go her way.
Yeah, for someone who's used to scoring almost 15 points a game, this is not the start she probably wanted. 2 early fouls on just about 9 minutes of action so far. She's only gotten 1 shot to fall, and she's missed her only 3.
I think people underestimate how important your team leader can be at times, and we're seeing the difference right now. Yes, Dayton is up, but they're missing that presence of Lear being a contributor on the offensive side. And you look at George Washington, you see what Lewis has done to keep this team in the game.
I mean, someone like Lear, I love the way she plays just because I want to see if she can just not let that affect her for the rest of the day. But, like, so far, like, I'm impressed with the rest of the Dayton squad because they have 4 players still. Actually, no, never mind. Sorry. Make that 5 players at least 5 points. So even when, like, someone like Lear who can't seem to get find a rhythm right now, she's still trying, but the rest of the team is keeping them in. Like Leon, Ibrahim's been doing amazing on defense with her 5 points too as well. Malia Johnson, 5 points herself, and a beautiful effort on defense with 3 blocks too. But of course, excuse me, the way that G-Dub is playing with Reynolds and Lewis right now getting going, both with the 11 points, I'm interested to see who can kind of keep the ship going in a sense, because like in a sense you're looking at it like Dayton, can they hold on until Lear, their scorer, their superstar in a sense, can they hold on to get started? And then for G-Dub, can they keep Lewis and Reynolds on track with the way they are while also developing Sims in her game?
Well, right now it's been the Reynolds and Lewis show for G-Dub. You can hear the George Washington faithful behind us loud and proud. Lear lost control of it. Ibrahim able to get it, but it goes off on Ibrahim, and it's going to be George Washington basketball.
Now, see, I don't always like using this term of role players because sometimes it could diminish the value or the importance of a player. But, like, you can't underestimate players that are in that position, like James right now. She may not be the leading scorer, but they turned the ball over there because she had her hands in there while she was trying to drive and knocked it loose.
Great job there by James, who's just been feisty, making great plays. Sometimes those hustle plays you just don't get a chance to see in the stat books. And now here comes Lewis trying to make a way, can't get it to go, but Becker and Ibrahim with another block.
Beautiful play on both sides. Becker with a good rebound, but Ibrahim's like, no, thank you.
And now Stevens will take it and then drive to the basket. It's blocked by Becker.
Yeah, see, I wish I could think of a better word than role players, but like James and Becker are doing what needs to be done to not show up on the scoreboard, but make a difference in this game. I love the way they're playing. James still has 6 points herself, so I'm not mad at that. Becker does not have a point yet at all, but she has a block there, at least 1, and she has 3 rebounds to speak for herself.
A good start by Ibrahim. Dayton down by 1 as Lear still trying to get going. Will swing it to Johnson, who knocks down the corner 3. That is Malia Johnson. And it's a lead for Dayton.
That's kind of dangerous right there. I'm not going to lie. Malia Johnson getting started is not something that they want because she is a 6'1" guard that can play down low, but also, as you saw, has a shot from the outside.
Well, she's got 8 points on the day as we see Wilson driving to the basket. Jada Wilson. And Ibrahim with a rebound.
I'm loving the way she's playing, too. Ibrahim just wrestled a rebound away from 3 GW players.
Stevens driving to the basket, pull-up jumper, knocks it down. A little bit of a toilet bowl action there, but makes it.
Hey, bro. Sometimes you got to scrub the bowl, get it clean, you know what I'm saying?
39-35. And it's knocked away by, guess who? Malia Johnson all the way to the basket, 2 points.
Finish. Malia Johnson is taking over. She checked her watch and said, it's my time.
10 points. And here's a stat that you don't want to hear if you're George Washington.
Malia Johnson. That's the stat.
0 for 7 in their last 7 shots. 2 for 10 in their last 10. They haven't scored in 2 minutes, Russ. But guess what? Dayton's on a 7-0 run right now, knocking down 3 of their last 3.
I want to say 5 of those points are Malia Johnson's. At least 5 of them.
Lewis, off the back of the rim, can't get a go. Lear with a rebound.
She would have made that shot 2 minutes ago. They're just having some bad luck.
Lear with a great pass.
Good
finding
vision.
Ibrahim. Oh, man.
This Dayton team is looking nice.
If you're Coach Ada Dunton, do you call a timeout right now? Because that lead is opened up to 8.
I see how this possession goes, and it's not. That wasn't a good start.
Reynolds for 3. Doesn't go. And Johnson hits the floor.
Tripped up by Sims there a little bit.
And there, I believe, maybe our media timeout, ladies and gentlemen.
Media is giving them a favor of a free timeout right there.
Exactly.
They were not looking good. This Dayton team is playing beautifully together. Like they've been playing like 8 years in the pros together, and just finding everybody, and everyone's doing their part, and it's beautiful to see. I love basketball like this.
Yeah, I mean, look at this 9-0 run in the last minute and 54 seconds, 4 for 4 in that time frame for Dayton. And the struggles for George Washington at the worst possible time. They had the lead. They were up 35-34, but since that time, they're 0 for 9 from the field, and they haven't scored in almost 3 minutes, Russ. That is a tough stat right there for this George Washington basketball team.
It's very scary the way it's looking for GW, because you look at it, like I said, Dayton's playing a completely team-run game. They have had they've had 11 players check into this game. 5 of them have not scored a bucket. But of all 9 players of Dayton that have played in this game so far, only 1 of them hasn't scored a bucket. They're getting contributions from everybody, not just their starters, their bench too as well, and they've extended that lead on bench points to 20-4 now. 16 points difference from your bench. And it's just like, what are you going to do when you're looking at G-Dub's staff and, like, who do you put in if no one's making a contribution?
And I think this is what I like about what you said about the minutes. Listen to this. Johnson, 15 minutes. Lear, 12. Leon has 25 minutes on the floor. Ibrahim, 12 minutes. And the production she's given in 12 minutes has been amazing.
It is beautiful.
Stevens has 24 minutes. Madal has 21. And O'Riordan has 15. Only Dawkins and Jada Johnson combined have 10 minutes. So everybody that's been on the floor has been on the floor, minus those 2, for 10-plus minutes, and all have contributed in great ways, Russ.
I mean, even with Dawkins on the floor for only 7 minutes, she's hit a three-pointer. She's doing something. And even just like you're saying, not Dawkins, Johnson on the floor, Jada Johnson on the floor for 7 minutes with three-pointer. But Dawkins has been on the floor at least doing something. She's been playing defense. She's been hustling. Just because she doesn't have any points or anything doesn't mean she's just standing there twiddling her thumbs, not doing anything.
And that's been the thing. Great job by Coach Williams-Jeter, making sure that her team has come out to play here in this third quarter. If you're George Washington, you got to break the slump. You know, this is the moment. Is this the moment that you see a Kamari Sims come through and make some big plays? Whatever it is, they've got to figure it out, because if they're not careful, we could see Dayton pull away.
He really could. And it's not even that they're not trying to get the ball to Kamari Sims. It just seems like they're using her in a different role. Like they're finding her at the top, and it's almost like she's the start to their offense instead of the finish. And maybe you got to switch that up a little bit. I don't know what you're going to think, but, like, of course, the coaches get paid to coach.
Right.
I'm not a genius. I'm just going off of what I see. And it seems like they're using Sims as a facilitator instead of a scorer this game. And maybe they got to switch that a little bit and put more on her. But at the same time, it's a double-edged sword, because do you want to cool off Lewis? Do you want to cool off Reynolds with what they're doing so far and take a chance to stop them to just get Sims in the game? Or, like, they got to find a way to get everyone involved. They got to do more. They got to have more than a two-headed monster to beat Dayton right now.
Well, George Washington not out of it, down by 8. But the way Dayton has played here in this last couple of minutes, they put themselves in a really good position. Leon driving. A great job by Reynolds, not, playing great defense, not going in there and reaching in. And a great job there. I just love what she did.
She's not doing the James Harden, doing everything on offense and nothing on defense.
That James Harden happens quite a bit.
Every single game he plays. You think he's doing better in Cleveland? You think he's doing different? No. They just got Donovan Mitchell, so they can get away with it.
Leon 3 knocks it down.
Now,
big.
You mentioned it with the minutes that they played, but they're doing so much. The efficiency of Dayton with the minutes that they're playing is beautiful to watch.
46-35, an 11-point game. George Washington in a little bit of trouble here. Down by 11 here in the third.
11 can turn to 20 real quick if you don't watch it.
And we've seen that a lot.
Ooh.
Up close and personal.
Players on the ground, and one of them is slow to get back up.
And that's Ibrahim.
Two of them.
You don't want to lose either Ibrahim or Lewis. Ibrahim seems to be in a little bit better shape than Lewis, but she seems to also be okay. Just a little bit slower.
I think Malia Johnson's about to check in for Ibrahim just to give her a break. If not, a quick little timeout, get herself straight.
Yeah, O'Riordan will also come in for Dayton.
But then again, does it matter who's on the floor? Ibrahim is, again, she's been playing beautifully. But O'Riordan and Johnson coming in, they themselves are just playing great as well. That's the Coach Jeter, William Jeter, has just have a beautiful display or a foray on her hands. She could put anyone in, and she knows she's going. The juice is worth the squeeze right now with anyone on the floor.
And so finally, some points for George Washington.
Almost 4 minutes without scoring.
The 12-1 run for Dayton has shifted this game a little bit, but Lewis knocks them both down. And that's one thing you're going to be able to depend on is Lewis knocking down free throws.
They got to make a regular shot, too, to get back in this game, but the free throws are a good start.
46-37, Stevens at the top. Gives it all to Leon. Stevens trying to work against Reynolds. And Lewis had an opportunity but couldn't get there. Johnson able to get it. 8 seconds on the shot clock.
I think that was tipped a little bit.
Leon pulling for three. Ooh, that one hits off the front of the rim and a Sarah Lewis rebound.
That's her 8th rebound so far.
James.
Jesus Christmas.
Give it off.
Physicality. Let the play.
Reynolds for three. Can't get it to go. But somehow Dullen will get it. And 2 points.
There we go. A tough 2 points that put her on the butt. But she got them.
Those are those points that you were looking for on the floor.
You got to have them.
46-39. As Lear calling out direction. There's 1 versus 1 here. Lear versus Reynolds.
The one thing I think we're not mentioning too as well is the fast break offense of Dayton. Unfortunately, Stevens airballs a 3. But the fast break offense of Dayton has been out of control. George Washington has not been able to stop that or get their fast break started alone themselves.
There's one thing I always thought about that kind of, I won't say bothers me, but it kind of does bother me. You see teams get a lead, and they tend to start shooting more threes. And they're shooting these threes, and all it's done is get George Washington a chance to get back into this game.
It has, but at the same time, George Washington's got to make shots. They just ended a drought of over 5 minutes without making a field goal. So it's still on them to actually make the shots that they're taking.
Gets it into Lovin. Haven't seen her a lot in this one, but a lot of contact. That's on O'Riordan.
Sorry, yeah, she's complaining, but she slapped her hands real quick. I'm sorry, that was a good call.
Yeah, we can hear it from here easily.
Hey, it's like the DJ played, everybody clapped their hands, and she hit the opponent's hands.
As we see Kaya Lovin heading to the free throw line.
Reynolds checking out for a second with Becker coming back in.
Lovin playing 7 minutes so far. No points on the day. Make that 1 point. She gets her first. 46-40, 6-point game.
I mean, she's played under 10 minutes. She's got a point now on her first free throw. Hopefully she can make the second and keep G-Dub in this game right now.
And misses the second, but a big rebound by Malia Johnson.
Jesus Christmas. This woman is impressing me.
Johnson Driving to the basket against Lewis. Lewis did the best she could.
God.
She lost balance, and Johnson makes her pay.
But she was still on her like white on rice there. Malia Johnson is playing beautifully right now.
48-40.
That's 10 points, 2 rebounds, 1 block, and 4 steals right now from Malia Johnson as a stat line.
Lewis in a little trouble looking for Dullen. Dullen looking for James for 3. Knocks it down. Dullen with the steal.
Oh,
what a
there we
chance.
go.
Dullen inside, and she's going to get the contact, and that, my friend, is how you do it. And so Peyton Dullen gets the assist over to James, then gets the big steal, and then had an opportunity to make this a 3-point game. A great hustle there by Peyton Dullen.
There's nothing but to be impressed but that. That was beautiful.
This one's going down to the wire, Russ. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. I don't know how and what it's going to look like, but it's going to be a doozy.
I mean, Peyton Dullen is not like a strong shooter from the free throw line, so she missed the first one. But like, she's not known for her scoring because she's averaging under 2 points per game so far this season. But at the same time,
that's tough.
You got to take points how you can get them.
You got to get those any chance you can. Stevens from half court hits a cheerleader.
Shoots it to the concession stand.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to send us to the fourth quarter. Dayton holding on to a 5-point lead over the Revolutionaries. This is the Legacy Maker Sports Network. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back here in just a few minutes to bring you the fourth quarter of action. Legacy Financial Wellness with Rita Stewart. Let Rita help you safeguard your family's future while you focus on living your best life. Discover the peace of mind that comes with having the right financial plan in place. Rita Stewart is a dedicated and experienced financial professional ready to guide you on your financial journey. Her expertise lies in helping clients create a robust and enduring financial foundation to build on into the future. So you can reach out to Rita Stewart by phone at 804-677-7555, on Instagram at Money Matters and T, on the World Wide Web at LegacyFinancialWellness.com, on Facebook at Legacy Financial Wellness, or at her personal email at rita.stewart@5ringsfinancial.com. Bernard's Towing. If you find yourself in a jam and need help getting your vehicle out of a tough situation, Bernard's Towing is there to help you get your car where you need it to be. Remember, call us once and be hooked. You can contact Bernard's Towing at 804-380-2774 or at 804-495. Legendary Culture Films has a brand new movie out. Boys in the Woods. When the walls seem like they are closing in and it keeps getting worse, a father is on the run from a local police while dealing with a territorial beef with a rival gang. And against all the odds, his children were kidnapped and held for ransom in the streets of Amelia and Richmond, Virginia. Boys in the Woods, coming to Tubi soon. Be on the lookout from the latest great project from Legendary Culture Films. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Fourth quarter of action. Dayton Up by 5 over George Washington. It's been a fun one, Russ, as we enter the fourth quarter.
Yeah. I'm loving this game and the effort I'm seeing from the Dayton players and just the all-around team game that they're playing.
James trying to make some space here. There's Lewis now driving against O'Riordan, and that's going to be a traveling violation.
Yeah.
So the Flyers hold on to a 5-point lead as they try to move on. The winner of this one takes on George Mason tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you what, that George Mason team is loaded. They've got a lot of talent up and down that roster, so you better prepare yourself for whoever gets the win here. That Mason team is a well-oiled machine. Coach Vanessa Blair Lewis has done an amazing job over there helping the Mason team capture their first ever Atlantic 10 Women's Tournament Championship, getting the regular season championship this year. They've got some really dangerous players led by Miss Zaria Malton.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen George Mason before. We saw them last year and how dangerous they were coming into this tournament, and it's no surprise that they're at the top of the rankings again in this conference, and also a heavy favorite to win the whole thing.
Yeah, and excuse me, that was Zaria Walton. I don't know where I got Zaria from, but Walton has been having a great year for Mason as Kamari Sims shoots the 3 that misses, hits off the very front of the rim, and here come the Flyers as they try to extend the lead, up by 5. Leon misses it all on the left side, off the glass, rebound by Kamari Sims.
It'll be interesting to see how GW comes out this last quarter to see how they can try and recover, because they keep itching closer to the lead, to the tie, but then Dayton just suddenly turns it back on and just keeps going back the other way a little bit.
There's a missing. Oh, wow.
Just a
That one goes rolling. Who got it? Who got it? Who got it? That's you?
Yep, that's me.
That was you. Okay. We fall for it. It's a little bit longer than mine.
I'm just saying, the ball has come my way a lot today. I think at least I've touched the ball during the game at least once during the first 2 games. I'm not safe here, okay? You have seen the back of my head on the TV at least once or twice today.
I have. When I was watching earlier before we came up for the broadcast, I said, oh, there's Russ.
Yeah, you know I'm here. You know I'm here. I ain't skipping school or nothing. You know I'm here.
Yeah, we'll see Lear and this Dayton team trying to hold on as Lear drives to the basket floating, and
I think that's a charge, I think. She was set.
And it's so funny, you know, I've seen that throughout the year. I had a chance to see Richmond just really frustrate a lot of the star players on the opposite team. And it's been a weird trend in games that I've done, but it seems like there's always one star player in the games that I've had a chance to broadcast this year that they just struggle. And today that one has been Lear for Dayton.
Yeah, I mean, she's trying her best, and she's still taking her shots when she can get them. It's just they're not anywhere close to falling.
Yeah, I mean, but I think she also has had the smarts today to realize, hey, it's not my day, and I got to make sure my other teammates are making things happen as Madal and Lewis scrap for the basketball.
I think what else is also affecting Lear is the fact that she already has 4 fouls, too.
Yeah.
I hate to see it because I can see her from here in the bench with just her face in her hand. And you don't want a player like that to get discouraged because, like, they could still go on. They could still win this game. Of course, they have the lead right now, but nothing is certain until you hit the 0-0.
Still a 5-point game, and nobody scored yet here in the fourth. Jada Johnson in trouble from that GWO trap. And then guess who's wide open in the paint? Malia Johnson with the baby 7-foot jumper.
You know what's crazy? Malia Johnson averages less than 4 points a game this season.
She's got 12.
Yeah.
She's taking on Lear's role.
She is. And it's a beautiful thing to have when you got someone else that can, like, not known for the scoring, just take over a game and beat a team like GW.
Reynolds in a little trouble, gets it over to James, who pulls for 3. Can't get it to go. Madal with the rebound, and now Stevens will take it up the floor. Stevens calling out some direction here. She's trying to get her Flyers in the right position to try to extend the lead a little more. Madal at the top of the key, inside to Ibrahim, working against Sims, and there's some contact. That's going to probably send.
I think they're sending Madal to the line.
Yeah. I mean, it's just been a very competitive contest from both of these teams. And Fatima Ibrahim will head to the free throw line. Ibrahim shooting 62.5% from the field on the season. Another thing you got to watch out for is Gabby Reynolds now has 4 fouls.
That kind of snuck up on me there for a second. I didn't notice he had that many fouls already. Your leading scorer has 4 fouls, and you got to take her out in the fourth quarter right now?
Yeah. Both teams' leading scorers have 4 fouls, and that itself is a problem.
That's a huge problem.
51-43. Can George Washington get a spark? Dayton trying to hold on so they can have their matchup with George Mason tomorrow. If they can hold on. Oh, Dullen with a nice move. Oh, what a Euro step by Dullen.
That was nice. That was very nice.
Oh, man. Dullen's got 6. That's above her season average. 51-45. And, timeout by Coach Williams-Jetta. Maybe good time in there as Dayton will call a timeout here with about 6 minutes and 23 seconds left on the clock. We'll be back here on the Legacy Maker Sports Network in just a little bit. Big Jack's Cooking with Orlon Big Jack Jackson. They specialize in Southern comfort food. Orlon told us one time in a broadcast, if it's comfortable, they'll cook it. So if you're looking for amazing Southern comfort food, reach out to Big Jack's Cooking at 8830 Otterburn Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002, or by phone at 804-405-0330. You can also email Big Jack at bigjackscooking@gmail.com. Perfect Mix, the 100% natural, handcrafted, fruit blended premium lemonades. If you want the perfect lemonade, Perfect Mix is just right for you. Follow us on our Instagram and Facebook pages. Instagram at Perfect Mix, on Facebook at Perfect Mix. You can go and get your orders right now. Just reach out to us via our social media pages. Shipping and delivery are available. You're probably wondering, where do I find the Legacy Maker Sports Network? Well, first of all, you can head over to our website at www.legacymakersports.com to check out all the latest in the sports world. Also, if you want to check us out on our social media pages, you can reach us on Facebook and in LinkedIn at Legacy Maker Sports Network. You can reach us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Legacy Maker Sports. And then you can reach us on Twitter, aka X, at Legacy Maker SPN. Make sure you give us a like, a share, and why don't you go ahead and subscribe to our channels. Once again, we thank you all for tuning in to the Legacy Maker Sports Network. Well, ladies and gentlemen, fourth quarter, 6 minutes, 23 seconds left on the clock. Dayton holding on to a 6-point lead here at the Henrico Sports and Event Center in Henrico, Virginia. Well, the question is, can George Washington find a way back in this one? Only down by 6. It's been a pretty competitive game so far, Russ. Seen some really good stuff from both teams.
Sorry, I got distracted there. Yeah, I can't stop talking about how good Dayton's playing as a whole. It's a beautiful game.
Traveling violation on Ibrahim.
Honestly, what sticks out looking at this is the plus-minus scores for George Washington. Almost everyone's in the negative right now. That's just not great. And then you got Ibrahim with a plus 19.
She has been on top of it.
Absolutely beautiful. Oh, look at that. Oh,
Sam,
look at that.
guess who it is?
Speak of the
Ibrahim.
devil.
And you know what? These two have been kind of going at it a little bit.
Yikes.
It's a little feisty in there between Ibrahim and Lewis.
We did have a fight at another tournament yesterday.
Yeah, we
don't want that today.
As long as look, I don't want to see nobody fight either, but don't bring that fight over here because me and Russ, like, I'm not trying to get bumped.
Hey, I took karate in elementary school.
Okay,
I'm fine.
all right, man.
All right,
karate in elementary school.
I watch you. I'm a TV black belt. Okay, I'm all right.
All right, TV black. Kamari Sims driving to the basket. She still can't get going.
Who got the rebound?
Man, oh man, oh man. Stevens will hand it off to Dawkins, who's back in the game for the first time in a bit. Madal over to Leon. Leon will give it back to Madal, who drives to the basket, and it finds its way into the bottom of the basket.
Gets the roll.
Man, that thing was forced in there. 53-45. Lewis looking around, dumps it to Sam's, knocked away, and Leon is the one that receives the basketball. Over to Stevens, back to Leon. Driving all the way, kicks it out to Madal, and that is going to be a charge.
Yeah. She left her feet pretty early there. And you know what's crazy is that Dayton, I believe, is having the better game for sure. Not just because they're the lead, but like they're having a better game, and I think they're very well coached. But you see every single one of their coaches up on their feet yelling instructions.
Yes.
They're not taking it easy. They're not giving up. They're trying to improve every single minute that they have the ball. And then the minute that they don't have the ball. Every minute of the game, they want to get better.
53-45 as we see Dullen bringing it up the floor for George Washington. Excuse me, that was Lewis over to Lovin. Lovin trying to find Reynolds, knocked away. Reynolds has 4 fouls, so that's something you got to watch out for here in the next couple of minutes.
That's another steal for Dayton. They've almost got 10 steals on the day so far.
Lear is going to make her way back in the game here in a second on the next whistle. Ball knocked away.
And it's stolen right back.
Does a great job by Puri. Dullen will hand it off to Lewis. 8-point game. Dayton holding on tight here with 4 minutes and some change left. Reynolds, pull up, won't go. Puri, rebound, pump fakes, gets into trouble, finds Reynolds once again. That shot clock did reset. 14 seconds. Ooh. And Reynolds, it was a great move, but it would not fall.
$5 drive, 5-cent finish.
53-45.
I mean, it's still somewhat close, and there's another bucket.
Nice move by Stevens, cutting through the defenders to get 2 points there for Dayton. 10-point game. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the largest, almost the largest lead of the game. Dayton had an 11-point lead back with 2 minutes and 59 seconds left, and when it was 46-35.
I was gonna say it was still kind of close, but then Dayton scores a bucket to change my mind.
Puri to Dullen. Over to Lewis for 3. Got it. Sarah Lewis. Just when you think it's looking a little grim, Sarah Lewis comes through. Lewis has 17 points on the day.
She missed her last 4 shots before that, so that you got to get her right if you want to stay in this game for GW.
GW's defense has got to make a move. Jada Johnson to Madal, knocks it down, and a 3-pointer by Madal.
The way that they're playing, they can't give up any room. They got to stay in their face, and they got to stay active with their hands.
So big response by Dayton, knocking down the 3 after George Washington had cut it to 7. It's right back to 10. Lewis with the basketball. To Dullen, who drives along the baseline, blocked by O'Riordan.
Nope. I think that looked like it was off GW for a second. Thank God I'm not a ref.
I don't want to say mass subs, but we got quite a bit of subs going on here.
I think we're taking a timeout, though, before.
And yep, so with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the fourth quarter, Dayton's got a 10-point lead. We'll be back in a second on the Legacy Maker Sports Network. Crossroads Community Services Board is one of 39 Virginia community services boards. Crossroads offers community resources for mental health, developmental disability services, substance use disorder counseling, drug prevention programs, family therapists, and much more. Crossroads services the counties of Amelia, Buckingham, Charlotte, Cumberland, Lunenburg, Nottoway, and Prince Edward counties in Virginia. If you would like to reach out to the administrative services, you can reach them by mail at 60 Bush River Drive, Farmville, Virginia, 23901, or by phone at 434-392-3187. They're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Also, their national line is 866-307-0370. Any emergency services 24/7 is 800-548-1688. And if you need to reach out to the National Suicide Crisis Line, just dial pound 988. Big Jack's Cooking with Orlon Big Jack Jackson. They specialize in Southern comfort food. Orlon told us one time in a broadcast, if it's comfortable, they'll cook it. So if you're looking for amazing Southern comfort food, reach out to Big Jack's Cooking at 8830 Otterburn Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002, or by phone at 804-405-0330. You can also email Big Jack at bigjackscooking@gmail.com.
You hear the sweet sounds of the George Washington Band jamming behind us as we get ready for potentially the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds of action. George Washington is down by 10. They are in trouble at the moment, and they've got to find a way. Down by 10 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds. You're going to have the best 2 minutes and 30 seconds of some of these players' career in order to keep going. You know, the good thing about this team, when I look at George Washington, they have 2 seniors. Philippa Callisto, who was a big part of this team last year, I believe she's injured. Haven't seen her play. But she was a big part of this team last season and was a big-time contributor.
I mean, even if, God willing, they don't, win this game, they still have another year, like we said earlier, about Sims and Reynolds together. And who knows what other transfers or recruiting class they bring in after this, too, as well. So there's still a good future for GW to be able to compete next year.
Yeah, I mean, they got their 3 guns coming back next year. They're going to be in really good shape. And it's all going to be about what Coach Etta Dunton does to keep some of that momentum going. Vidal's 3 off the left side of the rim, or Reardon tried to get the rebound, but she's pushed, and that might have been, if that is against Reynolds, she's done.
Yeah, that's a little scary to see.
And let's see who they're saying this is on. I haven't seen, and she's walking out. That's on Reynolds. That she's done.
Yep.
That's not good.
That's not good. Yeah, no. Reynolds is the only player on this team that scores over 10 points a game. And the fact that she's out now, that's going to make these last 2 minutes very hard for George Washington.
And she hasn't had the best of games, but if you need Sims now, you need her more than ever. Down by 10 with 1:56.
I mean, Kamari Sims has just been bad shot there, unfortunately.
Lear's struggles continue, but the 10-point lead, the way this is going, she'll have a chance to rectify that tomorrow.
I mean, for her, this has almost been a 40-minute practice session just to find a shot, but Dayton, the rest of the team had her back.
Well, the move by Lewis there was nice, but there's some contact.
A little bit of a Dirk right there with the knee up and the one-legged fadeaway.
A little Dirk.
But, yeah, I mean, again, it's just I think the way they're using Sims today is just more of a facilitator because she just hadn't been able to find her shot. She's 1 for 8 today, and that's not what you want to see out of her. But she's still doing the best to contribute other ways because she's got 4 rebounds to boot with just only those 2 points. So she's trying her best.
Lewis knocks down the first. 18 points for Sarah Lewis. The both games that I got a chance to see her play, she has done nothing but do her thing.
She's trying her best to. Bang. Knocks them both down.
So 8-point lead, minute 33 left. Stevens trying to get it in.
It's possible.
Oh, and James had a chance at it, but Madal. So
it went right through James' hands.
I don't know if we can give it a little bit of football action here, but when you watch this, it was a great job on the pass by Stevens. And if you watch it here at the top,
right through, I mean, it was a great pass for the other team.
It was a great pass. You saw James. I thought James had some great coverage there. And, I heard that the Commanders need a cornerback. That's what I heard.
I also heard the Bills needed a receiver, but they won't find one there. Yeah.
That's tough.
They traded for one today.
They did. DJ Moore.
I don't know. Well, and to be honest, you give Josh Allen any sort of help that's at least Pro Bowl level, he'll be all right.
Yeah, and I think, DJ Moore's been looking, even though he's been in Chicago and he's made some good plays throughout his tenure there. I think this is huge for Josh Allen. They needed it. Plus, he gets to meet back up with Joe Brady. And Joe Brady was part of that Carolina team when DJ Moore was playing his best.
He was, and I think that's the reason why they traded for him.
Yep.
I mean, Josh Allen needs help. And, again, DJ Moore's been one of the most underrated receivers in the league since he came to the league. He just hasn't been able to play with a quarterback anywhere near Josh Allen's caliber.
Exactly. And then when he finally gets one that has some solid, they trade him. Yeah. And now James knocks down the jumper.
I don't know if they thought there was too many receivers there with Caleb Williams, but I thought the point of, developing a young quarterback was to get him as much talent as possible.
Well, I mean, he had 3 solid receivers. I mean, Burden there, they feel good about Burden.
Roma Dunze.
And then they got Roma Dunze, but Roma Dunze was hurt. So,
I mean, he's still going to come back, though. He was an early round pick. He was an early first half of the first round pick last year.
At the beginning of the season, he was rolling last year for Chicago. So we have a timeout here with a minute 8. It's an 8-point game, and it's George Washington basketball. We saw James go down there, make a shot, then the ball got thrown away as they were trying to get it in. So the George Washington defense was giving Dayton some problems.
I don't know. I mean, 8 points in a minute is not impossible.
We've seen it happen before.
We have. Have you heard of Reggie Miller?
Yes.
I mean, but it's just the way they're playing right now, and without Gabby Reynolds for that last minute, I don't know if that's possible right now.
60-52 with a minute 8 left. George Washington needs a little bit of a miracle. James for 3 off the front of the rim. It was a good take. Guess who it is? Kamar Sims.
There we go.
When they need her, she comes through.
She's still fighting.
A minute left. Now Stevens. Oh, it's almost taken away by James. They had a chance at it. And I'm going to be honest with you. Dayton needs to be careful here because they've been really lackluster throwing this basketball in. And the George Washington defense has stepped up here. This is a very smart timeout by Coach Williams-Jeter. I think she kind of sees the team a little, rattle a little bit in these last couple of opportunities. But it's a 6-point game for Dayton, and they're trying to hold on tight to move on to take on George Mason.
6 points, 10 seconds later, that's a lot more manageable than it was 10 seconds ago. But at the same time, Dayton's got to be smart with it. And I think that's why she called the timeout, to draw up the inbound play, to make sure they get it to someone who I would probably hope is a great free throw shooter, because I would almost bet that GW is going to be looking for a foul pretty soon if they want to get back in.
Yeah, most definitely. It's always a fun time out here at the Henrico Sports and Event Center here in Henrico, Virginia. As we are fully into day 2. We still got another contest coming your way after this one, as the number 6 seed LaSalle Explorers will take on the number 11 seed St. Louis Billikens.
Yep.
Good job here. This is a really good job. That's going to be George Washington. No. They're going to say they grabbed her, but I thought George Washington did a really good job there of, trying to get the basketball,
I thought it was a jump ball. But then again, I'm not a ref.
There you go. "51 seconds left. Don't mind our clock. It's just a mind of its own for a minute." 51 seconds left as the first free throw is missed by Johnson. So look, if she misses here and George Washington can score, there's 51 seconds left. Anything can happen. She missed it. Rebound, Lewis.
Got to get the rebound.
Well, there we go.
Yep.
Dayton has to be careful. Dullen
They can't foul here.
at the top of the key. There's James driving to the basket. Pull up. Oh, Arena, what a big block. That's a big-time block. But
Clutch.
I love the space that was created there. James had a chance, but that was just great defense by O'Riordan.
Yeah, clutch defense there to keep her hands up. I mean, of course, it's, theologically easier to get the block on a smaller player, but at the same time, if you're not paying attention with how fast GW was moving there, you're not going to be able to get that block no matter where you are.
So Madal will head to the free throw line with 36 seconds left. And she knocks it down. 7-point lead. Big opportunity by George Washington. Went to the wayside on that last possession.
Yeah, I mean, they had a 35% shooter at the line last time, and Madal's a 77% shooter. They had the perfect possession last time where she missed both. They got the rebound. They just couldn't convert on the possession.
36 seconds left here in the fourth. 8-point lead for Dayton as they look to lock down the win and get their 17th win of the season. Well, will it happen? We will see if they can make it happen. Once again, everybody, thank you all for tuning into the Legacy Maker Sports Network. We'd like to thank y'all for tuning in and listening. Shout out to all our listeners out there. We really appreciate you guys for all the years as we about to enter year 9 of the Legacy Maker Sports Network. Year 9, loading.
You know what was crazy? Now that you say that, I remember, I think my first assignment with us was the Mayweather-McGregor boxing fight.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not too shocking, but it's shocking to hear. But when I think about it, it ain't that shocking to see how long we've been here.
We've been in the mix for just a little bit now. Just a little bit.
I'm not going to lie. I just looked behind you, and I saw St. Louis on the side getting ready. They look ready.
They look ready. It's
ready,
a
boss.
big game. In St. Louis, if there's one team that knows how to win in this tournament, it's St. Louis.
I'm telling you, Coach Tillett knows how to coach. Yikes.
Yeah.
Coach Tillett knows how to get her team hustling.
Yeah.
She's one of my favorites, and I will say it till I die. I love Coach Bird, but Coach Tillett is a very close second because Coach Tillett is very fun to talk to, but the way she coaches is just beautiful because she knows how to get the best out of her team.
And St. Louis is another one of those teams that are young and talented that if they can figure it out, they're going to be really good. Lewis lost control of it at the worst time. Oh, they didn't need that.
They didn't. Just the ball was flying all over like a dang rumble bam.
When they needed the possessions to go in their favor.
Yeah, man, that was not clutch. I don't know how to say it. That was just not clutch. That's not what they needed. And now they send an 82% shooter to the line.
Yeah, that's going to be a little bit tough.
It's like they had the good one. They had the best shooter for them at the line, and then it was a little worse, and now it's even worse than that.
But now she misses that free throw, which it's been crazy. Like she has had a really rough day at the free throw line, and it's keeping George Washington in the contest, at least for the time being. They've got to be quick.
They got to score.
James,
quick.
and that's going to go to George Washington. So James was trying to throw it to Peary, and Peary turned her head before she had a chance, and it was just miscommunication. Now with about 19 seconds left,
I think the nerves of the situation got to them there because they know they got to score quick, so they got to set up their offense in less than a second to be able to get a shot that they want, and it's just a lot being thrown at them right now. Yeah,
it's going to have to happen. It's going to have to happen now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a fun one for our first broadcast of the Atlantic 10 tournament. We've got at least 7 more coming your way. And between now and Sunday. So I'd like to thank you all once again for tuning in to the Legacy Maker Sports Network. It'll be a fun ride to see who will come out on top and add their name to that brand new A10 banner in the corner over there of Women's Champions 2024, the University of Richmond. 2025, George Mason University. Can a Virginia team do it again?
First year was a double-double for Richmond.
Yep, and we saw one of the Virginia teams get eliminated yesterday in VCU. We are in potentially another Virginia team is on the ropes here in George Washington. Technically in the DC area as well. Perry for 3, tried to bank it in, and that's going to be it.
Yeah, they took too long on that to get a shot, and it just wasn't a good one.
So it's going to be a nice win for the Dayton Flyers. So the Dayton Flyers get the win, Russ.
Not surprising by the way they played. Not at all. They played their game. They played a team game, and it was beautiful to watch.
So 62-54. And nicely done. Just nicely done, by Dayton. I mean, it had its moments. George Washington had their chances. And a big tall tale sign is that Dayton didn't score in the last 3 minutes.
They didn't.
They didn't score in the last 3 minutes.
They didn't, but they kept George Washington to a hush and stopped them from coming back. Some of it was just careless turnovers. I would say some of it was also Gabby Reynolds not being in the game too.
Yep.
Because she's normally aggressive. She's normally that one to drive to the basket like Sarah Lewis was and get her shots. It was just a lot. It was just a lot going to Dayton's way.
So it looks like we're going to get Molly O'Riordan here with us. And give us 1 second, ladies and gentlemen.
Molly, congratulations on the win that you guys get past a tough George Washington team. But you yourself, you came out today, you had 5 points coming out, but you've had played an all-around game because you had 7 rebounds. Can you talk to us about what you saw out there yourself and just how you felt the team play?
Honestly, we knew this was going to have to be a dogfight. The past 2 times we played them, we didn't show them our best. And our goal today was just come out there, empty out every single possession, and, get this win for our seniors. And, I had more of a defensive job today. Not all my shots were falling, but that's okay because we just played team basketball and did what we had to do to get this gritty win.
You said it yourself. You played team basketball, and I loved every second of it watching you guys play, especially when you got a player like Lear who couldn't find her shot today, unfortunately. But what do you got to say about the rest of the team, too, as well? Because you had 4 players above 5 points at the end of the first half, but who knows how much more when you look at the stats. But when you have a player like Lear who's used to, getting 15, 16, 20 points a game, and then she couldn't find a shot, finishes with only 2. What do you say about the rest of the players like Malia Johnson, who's able to find her shot amazingly and had just a beautiful all-around game?
Yeah, I think our bench is one of the special things we have in this program. We have a very deep bench, and not a whole lot of teams in the A10 have that, and we're just grateful to have it. So we have a bunch of people who can step up any game. Nio might not have had the best offensive game, her shots might not have fallen, but she was playing her heart out on defense and making easier shots for everyone else because she was still collapsing and the paint was just, everyone had to guard her, and might not have been their day offensively, but like I said, we have so many people who can step up in any game that could be theirs.
Nice. So now you guys move on to George Mason tomorrow. How do you feel that matchup coming out with the way you guys played today?
Kind of the same. We have to be road dogs, they're a lot closer than us, so I'm assuming they're going to get some fans, but, they had a very good conference season, finishing first and being the regular season champs. And we played 2 pretty good games with them. The first one wasn't, again, our best. Our second one, we came out super strong, and pressure got the best of us. So I think for tomorrow, we really have to take care of the ball and just play team basketball like we did tonight and play gritty and play with all of our hearts. So.
Well, shoot, you guys knocked out one Virginia team already, so
yeah.
Luck's on your side to knock out another. So good luck. You guys had a beautiful game, and we can't wait to see you guys tomorrow.
Yes, thank you so much. Have a good one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Molly O'Riordan, who joined
I tried
us.
not to say her name.
You know what's so funny? Like
I said Molly.
we wanted to make sure that we got her name right, and go figure we get her in the post game. But Russ, a nice win. A nice win for Dayton. They move on. They will take on George Mason tomorrow. We'll finish it up here real quick as we get prepared. We got about 20 minutes for our next contest. And so we got to get some things ready before then. But before then, let's go ahead and tell you how it went down to finish it off. Sarah Lewis with 19 points for George Washington in the loss, carrying the way for the Revolutionaries. Reynolds fouling out. She had 11. James had 11. Sims with 4. 2 by Wilson. Dullen had 6. And Lovin had 1 point off the bench for George Washington. For Dayton, Medall leading the way with 14 points. Malia Johnson also had 14 points. Lear with 2. Leon with 8. O'Riordan with 5. And then we had Ibrahim, who had a really nice day overall, just all around. Rebounds with 6, 8 points. And then Jada Johnson, who knocked down that 3 early on in the contest. Russ, any final words before we leave today?
George Mason has a heck of a game, a heck of a challenge on their hands tomorrow if Dayton can play like they did today. Because if they can play team ball, like Molly said, like they were road dogs tonight. If they can play like that, George Mason has a tough time to stop. And, God bless them if Lear finds her shot tomorrow and they still come out like they did today with all just the team play that they had with everyone contributing to the scoreboard. And even if Molly had, like she said, she had a defensive game herself today, but she still had a heck of a game.
She did that, ladies and gentlemen. Dayton Flyers move on. They'll take on George Mason tomorrow at 5 o'clock. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. Then we'll be back. Y'all make sure y'all switch over to the next broadcast as the number 6 seed LaSalle Explorers will take on the number 11 seed St. Louis Billikens in our next matchup. Once again, everybody, thank you all for tuning in to Legacy Maker Sports Network. I'm Darrell Owens. That's Russ Taliaferro. We'll see you in about 20 minutes.